There was a time, not so long ago, when the television landscape was a vast space with a very limited number of perspectives. For decades, the stories and faces on screen rarely reflected the full spectrum of American life. But then, as one decade gave way to the next, a new wave of television didn't just entertain. It kicked down the door and started a revolution. These weren't just shows. They were a full-blown cultural movement. Today, we're talking about how iconic sitcoms like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Martin, and Living Single became more than just television. They became a cultural force that defined a generation, building a legacy whose impact we still feel today. The explosion of black sitcoms in the 90s didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It was built on the foundation of 80s trailblazers. Now, shows like Good Times and The Jeffersons had already brought black families into American living rooms in the 70s. But The Cosby Show in the 80s was a seismic shift. It presented an upper-middle-class black family, breaking down barriers and setting a new, powerful standard for representation. But as the 90s dawned, the culture was shifting once again. The rise of hip-hop and a new, unapologetic black consciousness meant audiences were hungry for different stories that reflected their own diverse experiences.
Funky stuff, it's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and like that and it's like this and like that and like this and
This is where the Fox network, a new player on the scene, made a brilliant and decisive move. It built its brand by creating programming for audiences the other major networks were ignoring. That single strategy unleashed a golden age. All of a sudden, it wasn't just one token black show on the air. It was an entire block of programming. The handful of shows from previous decades grew into an explosion of dozens of black-led comedies. During a time of significant social turbulence, marked by events like the Rodney King riots in Los Angeles, these sitcoms became a kind of safe haven for viewers. They offered not just laughter, but a deep, comforting sense of belonging. They were a 30-minute escape that, for so many, also felt like coming home.
I'm not accepting no prep school, Bel-Air bred sellout into my fraternity. Homie, you can stop all that.
No, wait, Will.
For the first time on such a massive scale, television started to showcase the sheer diversity within Blackness itself. These weren't one-dimensional cookie-cutter characters. They were a vibrant, multifaceted spectrum of black life. On one hand, you had the aspirational wealth and intellectualism of the Banks family and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a world of privilege, opportunity, and ambition that felt revolutionary to see on screen. And on the other, you had the hilarious working-class chaos of Martin, which gave us an authentic look into the lives of young black people navigating love, jobs, and friendship in Detroit. This was a fundamentally different approach. While The Cosby Show showed us an established, wealthy family, the 90s brought us stories about ambition, the hustle, and the journey to success. Living Single was absolutely groundbreaking in this regard. Years before shows like Sex and the City or Friends came along, it centered on a group of 6 friends in a Brooklyn brownstone. The show's creator, Yvette Lee Bowser, intentionally built a world around 4 professional black women: an ambitious entrepreneur, a sharp-witted lawyer, a sweet-natured aspiring actress, and a fashion-forward free spirit, crafting storylines that reflected the real lives of young, single black professionals. From the thoughtful diary entry perspective of a teenager in Moshe navigating life in a stable LA neighborhood, to the class-climbing culture clash journey in The Fresh Prince, these shows collectively sent a powerful and undeniable message. There is no single, monolithic way to be black in America. The impact of these shows went way beyond the TV screen. They literally became a cultural force that shaped an entire generation. The fashion, the music, the slang. It all got absorbed into the mainstream and redefined what was cool. Will Smith's neon-colored snapbacks, worn to the side, and his collection of bright geometric patterned shirts on The Fresh Prince became the very definition of 90s style. The way people talked on these shows quickly entered our everyday vocabulary. Catchphrases from Martin like "What's up?" "You go, girl," and "get to steppin'" became a shared cultural shorthand that people still use to this day. The show celebrated hip-hop culture, not just as background noise, but as a core part of its identity. It brought on music icons like the Notorious B.I.G., Snoop Dogg, and Keith Sweat for memorable guest appearances. For a lot of young viewers, these episodes were more than just celebrity cameos. They were an education in black music and a validation of its importance. These sitcoms were more than just entertainment. They were a mirror reflecting the style, sound, and energy of their communities. They were unapologetically black, brilliantly funny, and refreshingly fresh, capturing the spirit of the time without ever watering it down for a wider audience. This era gave us so many unforgettable moments and characters. It's hard to pick just one, but I want to know yours. What's your favorite 90s black sitcom? And what character or scene has stuck with you all these years? Drop a comment below and let's get this conversation started. But what really made these shows legendary was their incredible ability to weave laugh-out-loud comedy with truly serious social commentary. They proved that a sitcom could make you laugh hysterically while also making you think deeply. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a masterclass in this balance.
One-figure salary that you pull down at the Peacock?
You know what? I could yell. I could scream. I could even call you some names. But you know what? One of us has to be the mature one. And it ain't gonna be me, Aunt Jemima!
Expertly blending slapstick humor with profound lessons on race, class, and identity. You know the scene. The one where Will finally breaks down over his absent father. It's a perfect example. A moment of raw, heartbreaking, and unforgettable drama, delivered right in the middle of a comedy.
You understand?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Just for a couple of weeks.
I understand.
Yeah. Maybe a little longer.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, I'll call you next week and we'll iron out the details, okay?
Yeah.
It was great seeing you, son.
You too, Lou.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Will.
These shows didn't run from the real issues facing the black community. They tackled everything from racial profiling and police misconduct to nuanced debates about respectability politics and internal class divides. One episode of The Fresh Prince famously featured Will and his preppy cousin Carlton getting pulled over and unjustly arrested, forcing Carlton to confront the reality that his wealth couldn't protect him from prejudice. At its heart, Martin was a celebration of black love, but it also consistently explored the complexities of modern gender roles. Gina was an independent, career-driven woman who was constantly challenging Martin's more traditional views, which created a dynamic that felt both hilarious and incredibly real. By doing this, these shows started conversations. They brought complex, vital issues into living rooms all over the country, all wrapped in the accessible, easy-to-digest package of a 30-minute sitcom.
Scared of you, man. I'm grown now. I'm grown. I ain't scared of you. What you want to do? What's up? Back it up, son. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of you. Back it up. I ain't scared of you. What's up, boy? Watch.
So let's take a closer look at the titans that defined the era. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, 1990 to 1996, was built on the classic fish-out-of-water premise. But it became so much more than that. Will's move from West Philadelphia to a Bel-Air mansion was the perfect setup for exploring deep cultural clashes and the universal question of what it means to stay true to yourself. The undeniable heart of the show was its family dynamic, anchored by the late, great James Avery as Uncle Phil. He was more than just a punchline for Will's jokes. He was a strong, wise, and deeply loving father figure whose powerful lessons on responsibility and dignity hit home for millions of viewers. Martin, 1992 to 1997, was pure, chaotic energy, a weekly showcase for the comedic genius of Martin Lawrence.
You leave, right? I'm a man, Gina. I'm gonna be all right. This is childish. I want you out. I don't even know why you're still here. Step! Step!
The show was a cultural reset, giving a voice to a vibrant urban experience that wasn't being shown on mainstream TV. Its focus on the fiery but deeply loving relationship between Martin and Gina gave us a much-needed picture of authentic black romance. And the ensemble cast, the iconic and ever-sparring Pam, the loyal but goofy Cole, and the smooth, mysterious Tommy, whose actual job became one of the show's greatest running gags, created one of the most hilarious and relatable portrayals of friendship ever.
You know what, boy? I'm happy for you, man. If it looks like I'm getting emotional, because I'm happy for you. You feeling what I'm feeling? You feeling calm, don't you? Like me and Gina, you calm, huh? You got somebody that got you, don't you feel it?
Lawrence's masterful talent was on full display as he also played a host of other iconic characters, from the over-the-top Shanae Jenkins to the 70s-era player, Jerome. Living Single, 1993 to 1998, was, simply put, ahead of its time. It followed the lives of 6 ambitious friends living in a Brooklyn brownstone, chronicling their personal and professional ups and downs. Queen Latifah's Khadijah James was a determined magazine publisher. Erica Alexander's Maxine Shaw was a sharp, confident attorney, and together with their friends, they celebrated sisterhood, friendship, and black excellence.
She's a brick.
Down, 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 house. Down, 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 down. Oh, she's knocking my dad. Just letting it all hang out. Now she's over.
The show expertly handled career struggles, dating woes, and the journey of self-discovery in a way that directly paved the way for modern comedies like Insecure. And we can't forget Moesha, 1996 to 2001, which carried the torch right into the new millennium and gave a voice to black teenagers. Starring the singer Brandy Norwood, the show navigated complex issues like teen pregnancy, drug use, and family secrets with a maturity that was rare for television at the time.
Now look, you want to talk to me, let's talk. But please stop shutting me out.
What do you want from me, Frank?
I want a connection, Dee. I want something more than just going through the motions.
Well, I don't know what to say to you, Frank.
Well, say what's on your mind, baby. Just don't walk around with this half-hearted commitment to this marriage. I mean, even if you feel that you have to leave.
It gave young black girls a thoughtful, driven, and sometimes flawed role model. And it powerfully showed how important a strong family and community are when you're trying to figure out your place in the world. So, decades later, why do these shows still matter so much? Their legacy is undeniable and, in many ways, stronger than ever. Streaming platforms have introduced these classics to a whole new generation, sparking new conversations and a massive wave of nostalgia online. The fact that memes, clips, and reruns are still so popular today proves their humor, stories, and characters are truly timeless. These shows didn't just open doors for a moment in time. They provided a blueprint for how to tell authentic, diverse, and wildly successful black stories. You can see their influence in the DNA of modern hits like Blackish, Insecure, and even the dramatic reimagining of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They helped permanently change the perception of black families on television, breaking down tired stereotypes and creating a powerful platform for black actors, writers, and creators to shine for decades to come. While the television landscape has evolved, and the sheer volume of black sitcoms on network television isn't what it was in the 90s, the enduring popularity of these shows is a powerful reminder of just how special and revolutionary that golden age really was. The rise of 90s black sitcoms was more than just a programming trend. It was a testament to the power of television to reflect, shape, entertain, and inspire. These shows created an unparalleled sense of belonging and connected a community through shared laughter and shared experiences. They taught an entire generation about love, family, friendship, and the profound importance of seeing yourself in all your diversity on screen. They weren't just sitcoms, they were a cultural movement, and their echoes are still shaping television and culture to this day. They are, and always will be, legendary.